Hello everybody, my name is Kostas Useless. I'm the founder and CEO of Yimello Smoothies. I'm a sophomore at Quinnipiac University and I study entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship has been in my blood personally, basically since I was born. My grandfather, both on my mother and my father's side, came here from Greece. They started working their way to save some money and to eventually be able to open up their own businesses, which are the restaurant businesses. So that's the background I come from, which is the restaurant business. I've known really since I was young that I wanted to have my own business and I really wanted to make a big impact in my community, and I figured the best way to do that was to be my own boss. Being that I came from the restaurant business and being that I still am very involved with health foods and I really care about what I put in my body, what I eat, I decided to create the Yimello Smoothies food truck my senior year of high school. Essentially what this food truck is a mobile catering or event service truck where we create just smoothies. We don't add anything to the fruit. And essentially what we do is we buy the fruit, cut it up, clean it, pre-portion it, and then go to a different event or pull up to a company or somewhere where we can set up and serve smoothies very quickly. Basically, we wanted this to be something where someone can come in a matter of 2 minutes, have a healthy smoothie, have a healthy drink, and they're on their way. They're not waiting, they're not getting fast food, and it is a fast food, but it doesn't have any of the bad ingredients that traditional fast food would have. So I built the actual layout of the truck outside, designed some of the outside. It took about 4 months to get this ready to start, and then also with the interior layout, I felt it would be really important to make it so if we were to expand by getting some employees, we could teach them in the matter of a few hours how the layout worked, where everything was, so it'd be like a very turnkey operation. So these are some of the events we've done over the past 2 summers. That's how long we've been doing this for. We do usually 10 or 12 events a summer. Over here, you can see some of the events we've done. Basically, these are food truck festivals or just food truck festivals in general. We've done 1 or 2 of more of like a charity type of an event, like the Duncan Copper Special Olympics, which was in Brantford, Connecticut, my hometown. And just recently, this summer, we actually started getting calls from corporations like Sikorsky and Connecticut Orthopedic Group to do a whole different side of the business we never thought of, which was the corporate catering side of the business. So essentially with these, a company like Sikorsky would call us, they would tell us we have X amount of employees and 80% we assume are gonna buy a smoothie. So they prepay us for that, and then we come and we serve all the employees like appreciation day or those sorts of things. Connecticut Orthopedic Group was a 3-day event. They have 15 locations now because they bought out another company. So we went around, actually we served, I think it was a total of 500 or 600 people. It was a great event, great networking, and for next summer we're actually planning, because we've been getting calls from companies like BIC to actually do more events, and this has been a great way to promote our new product and also just to promote our services. So like I said, over 2 years we've served around 4,000 people, and we've really through that validated the fact that people want healthy, convenient, quick smoothies. A lot of people don't have the time to wait for 15-20 minutes to get something to eat. They're on their way, they have to get something quick, and they shouldn't have to compromise their health in doing that. So as we were doing this, we were developing our retail product that I will be showing you in a little bit. And the beautiful thing about the truck was we got to speak to customers on a one-on-one basis, so we could really figure out what they like. The blends that I will be showing you today, right there, those were our 3 top sellers in our truck. Over 2 years, we changed the ingredient list many times, so we can really actually get the perfect blend of what our customers truly wanted. We also realized that we couldn't accomplish our end goal of reaching a mass market with just 1 food truck. That's why we've decided that the way to get from 1 hand to 1 million is through retail, and through our retail product. So these are just some of the supermarkets that we're targeting to get our product in, as soon as we possibly can. So this is when we start the refrigeration smoothie bag, which is what you see right there. Where 1 bag makes a 16-ounce smoothie. It's single serving, so once you make the smoothie, you throw it out and you're done. And those are currently filled with like a filling. It's supposed to represent 8 ounces of fruit. These are frozen, so it'd be hard to bring them in and they would fall. But I'll show you in the next slide, but you'll see with the ingredient list what I mean. But that's what the bag would look like and feel like if you were to pick it up. Instead, there would actually be fruit in those bags. So those are the 3 blends you have up there. And like I said, and like you can see on the bags, we don't add anything to it. I'd love for you to look at the ingredients. It's truly just the fruit. And basically what happens is the fruit is picked at the perfect ripeness. It's flash frozen within a matter of minutes. It goes from a solid to just a frozen state. And then it's packed for us and then shipped to our facilities where we distribute the product through the use of a distributor. And the nice thing with flash frozen is they don't clump. So it's not like when you go to empty the bag out, you have a big clump of fruit. Everything is, the fruit's individual. So if you were to pour them out, you would actually see the blueberries separate than the strawberries. That's what's really nice. They don't clump together, which is also a hassle, hard to blend. And what we really did was take the whole aspect of going to the supermarket, buying a pineapple, buying a mango. Let's say for the South Beach, you buy all your fruit, you're cleaning, cutting, portioning it out, and you're hoping it lasts for however long the fresh fruit would last, which you don't have to worry about with our product. And like I said, our ingredients are real, they're actually healthy, they're actually all natural, they're just fruit that's flash frozen with nothing added. Our fruit is non-GMO, and fruit naturally is gluten-free. I know for a lot of people who have gluten allergies or also for good diets, they're choosing to go through that, those type of routes now. The nice thing about fruit is it is naturally gluten-free. So just for an example, those are all the ingredients that you see here on this slide are ours. And one of our competitors, Jamba Juice, has a similar product. It's an 8-ounce single-serving pouch. And this was just from one of their blends. I believe it was a blueberry blend. These were the ingredients, and then this is what they were adding. And the thing is, for us, obviously food, you're consuming it every single day. It's something that goes into your body, and your body reacts to that. So we found that even doing this with no preservatives, nothing to make the fruit look nicer, it still came out beautiful. It still tasted just as great. I can't pronounce a lot of these things, and that scares me as a consumer. I don't like that. I'm very conscious. I look at the nutrition labels, and a lot of these things, it's just 2 different routes, but we really wanted to go through the natural route, just for our customers, and so we care about people's health and what they're eating. So this is our bag, and this is the actual smoothie, what it would look like. The cup is 20 ounces. It would make, in a 16-ounce cup, it would be a full serving, but it just to show you how easy it is. You really only need this and just your juice or your liquid, whatever else. There's no ice added. It's just the fruit, so it's really nice. Once you put it in the blender and you make your smoothie, you just throw it out and you're done. You can just literally go out the door and make it. It's all set. You're not refreezing it or anything. So I've been talking a lot about our frozen fruit, and there's a lot of benefits to why we've chosen to go with frozen fruit rather than fresh fruit. One really great fact is that on average, frozen fruit has triple the antioxidants than fresh fruit. That's really basically because of the fact that when they freeze it, some people say that you lose nutrients when you freeze it, others say you don't, but most of the studies now have been going that they're actually preserving all the antioxidants and more nutrients. It also does lock in the abundant flavor. So on our truck, we were using ice to a smoothie. When you make a smoothie with ice, in a matter of 2 minutes, it separates. So your ice is on the bottom, your fruit is up top, and you have to keep shaking it around. It doesn't have a nice consistency. These are consistent. When we were testing them, we make a smoothie. You could leave it in your fridge for 5 days. It would look the same as when you first actually made your smoothie. Whereas in our food truck, one thing we realized was that the fresh fruit wasn't allowing us to have that. Also, longer shelf life. So these pouches have an 18-month shelf life from the time it's produced. That's with no preservatives, nothing preserving the fruit, just because they're frozen. Whereas fresh fruit, on our truck, we were looking at we would have to go through our fruit within 2-3 days for it to stay at the same flavor. You could really push it to 4 days, but it wouldn't taste the same. Consistency would be a lot different. It would almost be more watery. I guess that's the way I would explain it. And also a lower cost per serving. So that really benefits us producing it, and also our end customer who's buying the product. So I've talked about the product, I'm talking about the ingredients. Now I really want to talk to you about the process of how it's done. So you take a bag like this, you empty it out into your blender, you add another 8 ounces of your favorite juice, whether it's almond milk, orange juice, coconut water, whatever you like. Maybe add some flax seeds, some chia protein. It's up to the consumer. You blend it, roughly 10, 15 seconds, basically so it's fully blended. You pour it out, throw out the bag, and you're on your way. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's really simple, and it also really saves on, buying a bulk pack of frozen or buying a bunch of fresh fruit and then still cutting it. It's just still a hassle, and you're wasting fruit because, at least here, when you have a bag, it'll make one smoothie. You don't have to worry about, figuring out how much of each you have to put in and ultimately wasting or throwing out the fruit. So we currently market our product in 3 different market segments. The first one is through the truck. And this is my favorite way to market because we're talking to customers, we're talking to a customer in person. We're asking them, if we make it like this, does it taste good? Do you like the way it tastes? If you could change it, what would you do? We did that for 2 years, which allowed us to really develop this product. It's also a great way, like I said, to speak to people, have, for example, the very good breakfast we make on our food truck with almond milk, but a lot of people like it with coconut water, with orange juice, so it's nice to see the different ways that each customer can customize it, and we also take that into account when we're thinking about future flavors. So the second one is through retail, and that's really through the bags and the way our packaging is done. We're doing demonstrations in the supermarkets when we could sit by the freezer section, show the product off, and tell customers on this aisle, and they can pick it up directly through there. And then finally, through social media and our website. So it's not as personal as the truck is, where you can be one-on-one with somebody, but we really strongly believe that through this as well, we can get people's reactions of flavors, or set up a community where people can talk about all the different ways they can make one smoothie. Just recently, there's a big craze with smoothie bowls. I don't know if you've heard of them, but it's basically you make a smoothie, you empty it into a bowl, and you line it with fresh fruit, with oats and whatever. So you can make one of those with our product, and it's not what we advertise, but customers can do it, and that's what we want, to build a community where people can really experiment and show everyone the many different ways you can make one blend of our smoothies. So our food truck, over the past 2 years, over the past 2 summers, like I said, roughly 10 events. The first year we did $9,000 in sales with around $6,000 in profit. And the second summer we did $12,000 in sales with $8,000 in profit. The reason why this summer our sales and our profit increased is because, number one, we were doing, like I said, the corporate side of those new type of events that we never thought to do. And secondly, because we listened to our customers. We actually started with, I think it was around 8 or 10, yeah, it was 10 smoothie blends that we shortened down to 3. And we have one more in our truck that we add spinach to. But other than those, that's what we did. We listened to our customers, we changed the flavorings, we changed a lot of things, and I think that's ultimately what drove the sales. For next summer, we're actually looking to get, because the truck we have now is a trailer, so you have to tow it. It really, it's nice because it's small, but it also limits us as well. So we are getting a drivable truck. We're hiring a few people to help because we've realized we can't do it, with just 2 people. It's very difficult. So, and we're just making a few more updates with the truck. So I'm sorry, 2 minutes. So as a company, I really see Yimello Smoothies being the next national brand, like you would see at Chobani or like a Starbucks, where if you think coffee, your first 2 things are Dunkin', Starbucks. That's it. When you think of yogurt, Greek yogurt, it's Faye Chobani. We really want, when someone says smoothies, we want us to be associated with healthy, convenient, natural smoothies, and that's why we want Yimello Smoothies to be a big brand. I think brand power allows us to influence our community, and that's what this picture right here influences. Just in Brantford alone, you can go to a soup kitchen, and it's really sad that the options for food are not healthy. It's like whatever you can get, here it is. And I personally think that it shouldn't be only someone who can afford to eat healthy to be able to have something like that. And that's why we've priced our product at a lower price point so that everyone can really ultimately afford it. And then I have a picture of New York City here because I really want the headquarters of my company to be located in New York City. I love Manhattan. I'm from Brantford, but I used to go into the city a lot when I was younger, and I still continue to. So it's just my personal goal to have an office overlooking beautiful Manhattan. And finally, to be able to travel more and to really spread the brand more globally. So I just want to thank everybody again for listening to my presentation. I hope you understood everything, and I hope you see our vision and what we're going to accomplish in the next 5 years. Thank you so much.